Day 677 being Christopher Cruz. It's 11 o'clock. So my mom just called. I haven't talked to her in like 4 or 5 days. So she called and we were just like having a normal conversation. And I felt like I need to pray for her, but I didn't know what to pray for her for. So I was just asking her questions. How you doing? And then I just got this thing of she hasn't forgiven herself or something. So I asked her, Mom, what haven't you forgiven yourself for yet? And she said, I feel like I've failed as a mom. And then I asked her some more, and she gave me some other things. And then it just hit me, and I just started, and it was, God is so proud of you. You are succeeding, and you're succeeding at your job, at the job that God gave you. And your job is not to have a 9-to-5 job and have a house and a car and to live a normal life. That is not who He called you to be. He called you to be a warrior. And you are living in a tent in the middle of the woods, and you've got bears coming up, and you've got this and you've got that, and you've been jumped, and you've had your stuff stolen again and again and again. And it's the most challenging time of your life, and you are succeeding. And the reason why you're succeeding is because you're being a role model to your son. You're being a hero to your son. You're being someone that your son looks up to and admires. And I'm like, Mom, I see you, and you're succeeding at being my mom. You're succeeding at raising a man of God. And I was like, Mom, you don't understand. If you were a normal mom, if you were successful, I wouldn't get anything from you. I mean, obviously you'd love me, but I wouldn't learn anything from you. I've already done the 9-to-5 thing. I don't respect the 9-to-5 thing. I don't look up to the 9-to-5 thing. What I look up to and what I respect are warriors. And I understand that there's some people who do the 9-to-5 thing and they're warriors, and I respect those people. But I was letting her understand, like, I don't need you to be successful in society's standards. That's not success to me. You are wildly successful to me, because you are raising a freaking warrior of God who's going to go and lead billions of people back to God. And you're doing an incredible job, because no one inspires me the way that you do. No one gives me strength the way you do. You know, anytime I'm struggling and I think about your situation, it's like, I can get through this. I got the heart of my mom. Like, that woman can get through anything. She's a freaking warrior. This happened and that happened, and she never stops fighting, and she's never quit, and she's been through hell and back 20 times in her life, and she's still going, and she's still pushing. And I'm like, Mom, you're the most inspiring person I've ever met in my life. It is an honor for me to call you my mom. And it was just like, all these things were coming out, and I was like, you know, Mom, the enemy is attacking you because you're a threat, because you are raising a man of God who's going to go change the world. And then I had this realization, like, oh my God, the enemy is attacking me through her. It's like the enemy knows what hurts you the most. The enemy knows what you value the most, and he'll attack those things. Because if he can attack those things, he can throw you off your emotions. He can cause you to doubt God. He can cause unbelief and lack of faith and frustration and doubt and anger and resentment towards God. And so he'll attack the things that you care about most. And the enemy has used attacking my mom to attack me my whole life. You know, she's struggled with stuff her whole life. She's been through horrible things, and it's hurt me, and it's caused me to be anxious. And it wasn't until about a month or two ago where I finally was like, okay, God, I give it to you. Your will, not mine. Whatever's meant to happen in her life, I surrender it to you, God. I'm done trying to control it. And so I just realized in that conversation, God just gave me this insight that the enemy is attacking me by attacking her, because he's attacking the thing that I love most, the person that I love most, the person that I've been trying to save my whole life. And it was just this incredible realization and this incredible moment of, oh my God, I get it. I get it. Well, and she was like, oh my God. She's like, Christopher, you're so smart. And I was like, Mom, that was not me. That was God. God just gave me that wisdom. And I just started telling her how proud of her I am. And oh my God, like, Mom, you don't understand. Like, I'm so proud of you. And I just started crying my eyes out. And she's crying, and I'm crying, and she's crying, and I'm crying. And then I just gave her the example. I was like, Mom, like, you don't understand how much of a positive impact you have on my life, but you have the biggest heart I've ever met in anyone in my life. Like, you know, she wakes up every morning and she goes outside of her tent and she feeds all these chipmunks. You know, she gives them all this food. She feeds the bears. Like, she doesn't even really have food to eat, but she's still giving it to these little creatures. And she's always admired like little animals and plants, and she's always treated them like they're human, and animals love her. Like, I've never seen a woman that is loved by animals like that, or plants. Like, she's got a green thumb. It's crazy. And I was like, Mom, you don't know this, but today I just did like a 10-minute video saving a spider. There was a tiny little baby spider on the side of my car who built a web, and I didn't want him to die. And so I picked him up and I put him over into the bushes where he could like catch bugs and eat and everything like that. And I was like, Mom, I did that because of you. Not because I care so much about bugs, but because I have this heart inside of me and this love. It's just love. It's just love. And I got that from you. I got my heart from you. And it was just like this amazing, just me expressing that to her. And I was like, Mom, you don't understand. Like for example, when I was in Bali, I'd get in the shower and there'd be like 4 ants that were in the shower that I didn't see. I would literally stop everything and I would pick up those ants and I would like blow the water off of them, like, or I would put them on a piece of toilet paper so the water would soak off them so they didn't drown in the little bead of water. And I would make sure that they were okay. And I would spend 5 or 10 minutes doing that, just saving an ant's life. And most people think I'm crazy and stupid and oh my God, that's ridiculous. It's just a stupid ant. But that's not the heart that I have. And I was raised by a woman who respects every creature. And she was saying like, yeah, you know, they have eyes, they have a brain, they have a heart just like us. They're one of God's creatures. Why wouldn't we love it and respect it? Why would we want to destroy it? And I was like, Mom, I get that from you. Like, I get so many of my amazing qualities from you. Like, you're my hero. I look up to you. You inspire me. And you inspire me more now than you ever have in your life because your life is harder than it's ever been now. Like, she's living in a tent in the forest in Lake Tahoe. And bears come up to her tent every night. And it's terrifying. And it's just like, it just hit me. There's no better mom that God could have given me. Because she is the one person that I know in my life who is truly fighting a battle that just inspires me so much. Everyone else in my life, you know, we at least have the comfort of a home. She doesn't even have that. She doesn't even have a heater. Like, she doesn't even have a bed to lay on. Like everyone else in my life, we have comforts. Everyone else I know in my life, we have comforts. We might not have this or might not have that, but we have the basics. We have the necessities. Everyone else in my life, they can go to bed and they can sleep because they're not worried about getting killed by a bear in the middle of the night. It's just like if I didn't have her going through what she's going through, I wouldn't be the man that I am now or the man that I'm becoming. I wouldn't have the heart that I have. I wouldn't have the courage and the determination and the strength that I have. And it's like, she's my hero. And I just feel so blessed because God has given me the perfect family. The perfect family. I can look at every person in my family and there's something that I learned from them that changed my life forever. Like, every single one. My grandpa, my grandma, my dad, my cousins, my uncle, my aunt, like, both my aunts. Like, it's just, our family, like, has its challenges and struggles like every family, but they all taught me something incredible, and they still are teaching me those things. And so I just feel so blessed. God has surrounded me with incredible people so I can do incredible things. And this is just sparking a fire in me even more. And so I made it so unbelievably clear to my mom tonight. You're my hero, and you are succeeding. You are succeeding. You are successful. You are raising a freaking king. You are raising a man of God. And I told her, I was like, Mom, I didn't need you to raise me when I was a kid. I didn't need you to be a mom when I was a kid. I need you to raise me now. I need you to be my mom now. Because I'm like reborn and I'm learning so much from you. I didn't need you to be a mom then. I need you to be a mom now. And it was just like so amazing. So when we started with that whole thing of her not being able to forgive herself for being a bad mom, I was like, no, you're incredible. You're an incredible mom. And you still are. So let it go. And then I prayed for her, and I prayed powerfully for her. And I had her repeat to herself, I'm successful. I'm succeeding. I'm raising a king. I'm successful. I'm succeeding. I'm raising a king. And I'm like, Mom, you got to understand, like, God put you here to raise a king, to raise a man of God who's going to go out there and change the world. And I'm doing it. It's in small ways right now, but it's going to be in massive ways soon enough. And you're raising me. You're my mom. You are succeeding exceedingly and abundantly. Like, it's crazy. And it's just crazy that, like, we'll think that we're failures because we're not succeeding according to society's standards. You know, you don't own a house or a car, you don't have a retirement account, you don't have a 9-to-5 job with 2 weeks of vacation. It's like, that's all bullshit. That's not success. That is not success. Success is living into your purpose with God. Like, that is success. And my mom is living into her purpose. And God just revealed all of this to me in that conversation. And it's crazy because I was like laying in bed watching this show about pastors that go around and like heal people in the world. It's called The Finger of God 2. And I was like laying down watching that, and it was like this really interesting scene, and I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. These miracles actually happen. Healing actually happens. What? And then my mom called me, and in the beginning I was kind of like, it takes me time to warm up sometimes, like when I want to do something else but I don't want to really talk. And then like God just was like, hey, this is serious. So I got out of bed and I came and I sat in my chair, and I was just like, all right, I'm ready to go to town. God, what you got? And then just blah 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 blah. And he was just revealing stuff as I was speaking. He was revealing stuff to me and her, and I was like, what? I had no idea that's how that worked. Oh my God, that's crazy. And she's like, wow, this is crazy. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And then I prayed for her so powerfully. I didn't ask if I could pray for her, or like, what do you want to pray for? I was like, Mom, I'm going to pray for you. And I just let it just, and praying for people is like the scary thing for me, especially me praying for people I know, like uncomfortable. But this was like totally like, I got this. So it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Man. God is great. I thought today was just gonna be a chill day. Like, I'm laying in bed watching this show, like, oh, it's chill. And then here I am having an hour-long conversation with my mom and God. It's amazing. Doesn't that look so cool? A little light projector. So legit. Yeah. I just looked over at the Bible, and I just looked at this one sentence. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you are called to peace, and be thankful. Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly, as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom through psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in your hearts. And whatever you do, whether in word or deed,